I'll do as my old English teacher used to tell me, Don Thames, who not only was an English teacher of mine for 8 classes, but he was a friend of mine. He died a few years back. He always said, start with what you know and work out from there. My son the other day, might have been yesterday, I don't remember, was explaining to me how frustrating it was that his mom didn't believe him. Which to me is stuff poetry, so. I think if we were able to sum up the life of a man or a woman, which, as we all well know, is not possible. It's scattered about like the leaves of a tree or the flowers in bloom. And all the poems we ever write and all the events we ever do are just little shavings off that oneness of ourselves. And it is a whole thing. It is a one. If we're so blessed to feel it sometimes, it's a single thing. One tree, not a forest. One flower that everybody does reach into in the roots of us, in the heart of us, in the fingers, in the song of us. But if we were to turn our eye away from the fact that we love ourselves and we love the people who come before us, whether we have, quote, known them or not known them, if we think about what our son does when he comes to us and says, my mom didn't believe me, it made me wonder. It made me wonder, is at the back of our heart something that wants to be loved, or is it something that just wants to be believed? When a friend tells you, this is not the way I want it to be, might it not be said that what we want more than to be loved is to be believed? Think of yourself as a government, our religion. So many have said, you need to believe us. You need to trust that what we know about God and the higher spirit is true and follow along with it. But those of us who have minds of our own do not. So what do you do when your son comes to you and says something like, no, Daddy, I haven't had a Reese's yet. You sit down an hour later and say, son, Ian, the path of an honest man, and I just use that metaphorically speaking, the path of an honest man is one that must be open and honest 100% of the time. Because yes, in the core of myself, I do want to be believed. Loves come and go. I've had more than my fair share, and I know someday I'll have quite a few more. But in the meantime, I just want to be able to say, I love you, every last single flipping one of you, and have you believe it. I want to live my life so open and true that when I say, God damn, I can't stand racism and bigotry, you believe it. I want you to look past the part of me that's trying to do all these things and know that somewhere inside of me is coming out a thing like a poem, and it means well. Though it may not be so well written or so well done, it's just an attempt, just like you. Just like all those people passing out on this street or another street or somewhere not too far from here. Because in the middle of it all, there's just one thing. We felt it at times when we were in the arms of another, where we held our son's eyes for a moment. I just want you to know when I say I love you, I mean it. Maybe time somebody else takes stage 2. think I've done my fair share of it.